Hello, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to MK Community Brokers. My name is Mohammed. In this video, I'm going to explain to you about the part 2 of the New York State Anti-Arson Application. So the reason I said part 2 is because I do have a part 1. It's a different anti-arson application. This is the different one. So the reason for this video is basically I just wanted to show different format of the anti-arson application for those people that are having a hard time filling it out. Because that anti-arson application is different, this is different. Every insurance company has its own way of filling out anti-arson application. So for those people that are having a hard time, I just had a second video, at least if this does relate to you, some of the question that were not in the part 1 of the anti-arson application, for hopefully this will have those questions. So it's common sense, a lot of questions. I'm not going to go over each and every question because I'm just going to go over certain parts of it. So the difficult ones I'm going to go over, and the easy ones I don't really need to go over because it's quite, easy. Like, for example, the first one, are you a prospect or renewal policy holder? I mean, obviously, you should know what you are. Prospect if you're brand new customers, renewal policy holder if you're renewing the policy. And if you, whichever you are, you will have your policy number, and you will put this over here. Again, this is the part where you put your name, address, city, state, and zip. This is a location. Your location can be different from a mailing address, so if it is a different location, if it's not as a mailing address, you put that information over here. You put the amount of insurance, purchase date, or owner occupied, whatever it is, you put it over here. Obviously, let's say for example, if you're tenant occupied, you put tenant occupied over here, and obviously that's what it's going to be. Again, this is for valuation. You purchase date, purchase price, cost of improvement, whichever you know, you put it down. If you don't know, don't worry about it. That's where you have a broker or an agent. For rental purposes, indicate annual rental income. So let's say if you're renting a home, it's the same as owning a home, obviously, because it's rental. So you're gonna put that information over here, whichever applies to you, and you just keep on doing it. Renewal policy holder only. This is again a yes or no question, obviously. And if you're not renewing it, if you're a prospect, leave it blank. Again, from question from 1 to 10 is a yes or no question. So, such as for number 1, is the applicant other than an individual or sole proprietor? Number 2 are there any mortgage payments overdue but 3 months or more? So it's yes or no question. And if you do answer yes on any of those questions, that's where you have over here part 2. Part 2, for example, for name and addresses, if you have an ownership interest of 25% or more, if you have a mortgagee payment, if you have unpaid taxes or liens, these are for part 2 if you answer yes. If not, then you obviously leave everything blank. If you have a violation, conviction, uncharged mortgagee, losses, that's only for part 1. For yes or no question, you fill this out. Now, vacancy and or unoccupancy indicates seasonal period for rental use. If for apartment building, indicate total units, unoccupied units for building. I mean, if it's unoccupied or if it's vacant, this is for those type of question. But you have to fill out the yes or no question. Whichever you don't know, don't worry about it. Don't fill it out. But the ones that I'm telling you, you have, like, for example, is there any government order to vacate or destroy the building, or has the building been classified as uninhabited structure unsafe? No. Is water, sewer, electricity, or heat out of service? No. Whichever applies to you, you fill that out for yes or no again. Number 9, other policies. If you have other policies that's enforced, for example, some people can have more than one policy in a home. So if it is, the status, date, amount of insurance, carrier, and policy number, you put it over here. Real estate transaction, again, if you have the if it lists all the transaction for the property for the last 3 years, the date, the selling price, the name of seller, amount of mortgagee again, if you don't know it, don't worry about it. You can ask your broker if this is necessary to bind the fire coverage. Any person who falls in this part is like if you're lying to them, commit fraud, you could get in trouble. So once you do that part, you find over here title and date, and that's it. That's how you fill out an anti-arson application with New York State. Just to keep in record, anti-arson application, some insurance companies, if you live in the city, it's mostly in demand and they will ask you more. If you do buy a home, and let's say for example upstate like Nassau, Suffolk County, or anywhere else like Buffalo, there is a chance that you don't have to fill it out, the anti-arson application. It's mostly mandatory in New York City, but it all depends on the insurance company. Some insurance company, I'm not talking about New York City, if you're going to other, we're talking about like other upstate New York places, that the insurance company might tell you don't have to fill it out. New York City is mandatory. You have to fill out an anti-arson application, but if you go to anywhere else, upstate, it's a 50-50 chance. The insurance company might give it to you, might not. It all depends on the carrier at that time. At this time, that's it for the video. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other questions, comment, concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best to help you guys out as much as possible. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.